What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 117, and we start today's episode off with a game against Bayer Leverkusen here at the Olympiastadion in the Bundesliga. And of course, we come on the back of the win against Juventus by 3-1 in midweek in the Champions League. So obviously the fans will be buzzing, the whole club's got a good atmosphere because we not only topped that group, we also did it unbeaten with 5 wins and 1 draw in 6 games. And in the league, well, so far we're in 3rd place with 44 points, and it's been a very tight first half of the season. You would have seen the table there. Dortmund and Bayern Munich are ahead of us at the moment. We do have a game in hand though, which is this one, and it's been a great first half of the season as well. We're still unbeaten, and to say that as well, we're in 3rd. We just passed the halfway mark. To be in 3rd and defending our trophy, you know, it sounds quite negative, but the reality is the teams around us have been brilliant. So it's been a great first half of the season for competitive fixtures regardless, just to keep it interesting and not just win every game 7-0 or whatever. But we took on Bayer Leverkusen, a side who usually do quite well. This year not as great as you would have expected, but still a decent side regardless. We won a penalty just a few minutes in. Sydney Sam against his former club got taken down after a reverse step over. And of course Manuel Neuer, well, he's already scored 1 goal. He's got 2 assists this year as well, and he stands up for this penalty. He's already scored 1 penalty. Can he score this one as well? Yes, he can. Puts it into the top corner and makes it 1-0. So a great start for us, and our goalkeeper gets the goal from the spot. And you know, I was actually contemplating dropping Neuer for this game because he had such a poor game against Juventus, where he made a howler, and also a howler in the previous game as well against I can't remember who the team was we faced. Oh, Schalke away. He had 2 games where he had 2 mistakes. So I was thinking about dropping him and playing Baumann, who's been increasing in stats, but I thought nope, I'll keep faith with Neuer, and that's exactly why. He scores from the spot and makes it 1-0. And I read some comments from people saying the last time Neuer scored a penalty this season, that was saying, you know, why are you letting Neuer take the penalties? You know, when you got so many great players to score the penalties, why let Neuer take them? What's the point in having your goalkeeper take them? Well, the reason being is because this career mode is a bit of an experiment. You know, it really is. I mean, there are a few things here which I'll discuss in just a moment, which I've been doing throughout the series, and this career mode has been a bit of an experiment for me to test some things out in FIFA and see what's going on basically, and see what happens, and that's one of them, and I'll discuss it in just a moment after this game's finished. But anyway, in the 41st minute we did double our advantage, not for our goalkeeper but Tony Kroos. Kroos got the goal. It was a giant throw in by Boateng. I cannot, like, it's such an understatement for me to tell you that I really enjoy using the giant throw in trait, because it just makes a player brilliant for me. It really does, and it's such a trivial thing. You get to use the giant throw in like once or twice a game maximum, but the fact of the matter is, you know, anyone that's been on my channel long enough will know it's just like my favourite trait in the game. It really is. My favourite speciality is engine. Those 2 things have never changed, and you know, I just love the giant throw in trait. It caused some panic. Bayer Leverkusen failed to get the ball away, and Tony Kroos punished them and made it 2-0. So we doubled our advantage, and just after the restart in the second half, Bayer Leverkusen had a great chance to get themselves back in the game, but some really good defending there. Brave putting the bodies in the way, blocking the shots, and also Neuer trying to preserve this clean sheet. It's been a couple of weeks without one for him, so trying to preserve this clean sheet as well as the goal he scored. And from the corner, Bayer Leverkusen can't get the ball in the back of the net. We get it away. Kroos finds Lasogga finds Royce. It's a great chance for a break. Royce has the pace down this right hand side. No one is going to catch Marco Royce in a foot race. He goes down this right hand side, keeps on going, swings it across. Lasogga's diving header is blocked, but it falls to Tony Kroos, and Kroos doubles his advantage. So 2 pretty scrappy goals for Tony Kroos. Let's be honest, he scores some brilliant goals from outside the box from time to time. These 2 goals were as simple as you like, but you got to score them. You know, at the end of the day, you got to score those goals. You got to put them in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how you do it, so long as you do put the balls in the back of the net, and Tony Kroos did there. So we got his 2nd goal of the game. Yes, the goals weren't flashy. Yes, they were, you know, quite basic, but they're goals regardless. They're goals at the end of the day, and obviously they all count. So Tony Kroos makes it 3-0, and there's surely no way back for Bayer Leverkusen. Now in the 82nd minute, it could have got even better for us. Sydney Sam roulettes around his man down the left-hand side, keeps on going. Really good chance here for Sam. I almost messed it up, but it came to Yashil, who had chance here. I was swiveling, I was turning. I finally got a shot away, but the goalkeeper made a good stop and put it behind for a corner. So still 3-0, but really in this game, the majority of the chances, you know, pretty much all of them fell to us. And in stoppage time here, Kroos plays Yashil forward here, and Samed Yashil, who came off the bench, makes it Hertha Berlin 4, Bayer Leverkusen 0. So 4-0, Yashil comes off the bench. You can see in the picture in the top right, I brought him on as part of a triple sub with Leitner and Volland, and yeah, Yashil gets the goal, and it was a really good performance. You know, a 4-0 victory, that wrapped it off. That was how the game finished, a 4-0 victory. And again, I know I say this, you know, know, all the time when I mention Yashil, but he is just such a bargain buying career mode, man. Seriously, I don't know what potential he'll have next year, but I hope it's similar because the guy is incredible. But still, yeah, 4-0 victory, and Kroos had a great game too. You know, 2 goals and 1 assist as well for him, and Neuer and Yashil got the other goals. Neuer from the spot, of course, and I may as well mention that now. Obviously, like I said, I talked about it a bit before a minute ago. I spoke about this career mode being a bit of an experiment for me, and there's been quite a few things you may have picked up on during this career mode I've been doing that have been different to my regular career modes, you know. And of course, the main one, which you've already discussed before a few episodes ago, is the fact that this team is completely German. Every single player is German, and I spoke about why that is. It's because I wanted to run a series called For Club and Country before. Never did it, but I thought I'd use this series as an experiment, see how it goes down. You guys seem to have enjoyed it. A few of you don't like the idea it's all German players and all players from the same nation, but I've talked about that series idea before in a previous episode. It's basically just having all players from the same nation as the club, and also developing them for the country, which of course we're doing with Germany. So that was a series idea, so I thought I'd use this as an experiment. And with Neuer as well, the reason I've been letting Neuer take penalties and getting assists from free kicks as well is because I want to see if he does get good stats for those sort of outfield player stats, you know, goals and assists for example, whether that'll increase his attributes in his skill attributes. So for example, if he gets assists from those free kicks, maybe free kick accuracy could go up, long passing, possibly short passing as well, curve, things like that, crossing maybe too. Obviously with penalties, maybe penalties could go up, possibly finishing, shot power. I'll be looking to see whether that will improve if he does get those sort of goals, because, you know, realistically, if a goalkeeper was scoring those goals in real life, yeah, and getting assists in real life and free kicks and so on, you'd imagine that, you know, on the on EA's game they would increase those stats. So I wanted to see whether that happened in the video game. Unfortunately not, but it's still an experiment I want to continue with. And obviously I've been experimenting with formations this year as well in this career mode, which, you know, usually I tend to stick with one formation, use it for every club. In my FIFA 13 career mode I played the 4-3-3 at pretty much every single club I was at. This time I've had a different formation in almost every single season. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of experiments during this career mode, and that's why things have been a little bit different, and hopefully you guys have been okay with that. But it's been a lot of fun anyway, and it's been fun doing different things as well to see how the game's been reacting and how you guys have been enjoying them. But anyway, we took on St. Pauli here for the second and final game of today's episode. We got the first goal through Lasogga, nice little goal, nice build up there, and the big striker ended up smashing the ball into the top corner. Goretzka was then denied by the St. Pauli goalkeeper, and in the 26th minute, how about this, St. Pauli get the ball away, and look at the pace from Marco Reus here, turns on the jets, absolutely fantastic, gets around his man. Like, no one is going to beat Reus in a foot race, like, it's just not going to happen. The guy is just so OP, he's so quick, and no one is going to catch up with him. And the St. Pauli defender had a few yards on him, but he just couldn't get to the ball first. Reus powers through and puts it past the goalkeeper and make it 2-0. And just past the half an hour mark, a good chance for St. Pauli to get themselves back in this game, as we can't stop them getting into the box. The shot is taken, Neuer makes a great save, and it's a real howler by me. Hold my hands up, got that completely wrong. You're probably wondering what on earth I was doing with Ginter there. Well, there was a man right next to him, so I didn't want to hammer down circle because I thought it might take a deflection, go off him and find the back of the net. So I thought I'd just try and blast the ball over the bar or wide of the post. Instead, I put it right into the back of the net. Terrible error there, that's my fault. I make mistakes quite a lot, and I'll hold my hands on that was completely my error, as Ginter scores an own goal. But it's 2-1 still, and we're in front. And in the 38th minute we had a free kick, which the goalkeeper saved quite comfortably. And in the 43rd minute we get ourselves out of our own box and go on a counter. Tony Kroos finds Lasogga. Lasogga plays it back towards Tony Kroos. Out wide to Marco Reus, he's already got one goal. Ronaldo chops around his man, great opportunity, gives it to Tony Kroos, who strikes it on the volley, but he can't get a goal like he got 2 against Leverkusen. He couldn't get a goal here to follow up in that game, as the ball goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. And in the 55th minute, Jerome Boateng picks the ball up here after Sidney Sal made a challenge and played our right back through down his right hand side. He gives it to Tony Kroos, who plays it back to Boateng. Doesn't have too much pace, but he's got enough to beat his man and go on a mazy run. Plays the ball forward towards Lasogga, but his shot goes just wide the post and out for a goal kick. So a good run there by Boateng, but unfortunately we couldn't make the chance play with Lasogga. And in the 87th minute, with the game being closed out, Boateng uses one of his trademark giant throw-ins, gives it to Ginter, who finds our left back Schultz. He finds Marco Reus, Reus to Kroos, Kroos back to Reus down his left hand side, beats his man with the Ronaldo chop, gets inside and shoots, but unfortunately it goes wide and out for a goal kick. And that was how the game would finish. So a 2-1 victory, again a decent victory. You know, would have liked a few more goals obviously, and the own goal is quite comical, but the win is the most important thing, and we need to keep on winning in this league, as it looks like it would be a very competitive one this year. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like, because it is much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.